Hi guys, so today I'm going to be doing my March 2015 empties. I love doing these videos. If you watched my February empties, I believe I talked about this, but we will be moving in May, and so I'm trying to use up products that don't have a cap. For example, like this, it doesn't have a cap, so it's really hard to travel and move with, and when I graduate in May, we will be moving. So products like this that are close to being done, but don't have a cap, I'm trying to use up, and so these next few months of empties might be a little bit different. There'll be a little less sample sizes and a little more full sizes per se. I do have a few samples in this empties, but I just thought I would let you know. Also, something I haven't talked about on my channel, but I have talked about on my blog a little bit, is this year I want to finish 365 products or empties, the products that I show you in my empties, 365 products. Now I do sometimes include laundry stuff or different things like that. Those do count towards my empties because those are products that I've chosen that I specifically want to talk about for a reason, or I am trying to use them up. So yes, but I thought I would give you kind of a total so far. My January, I used up 23 products. February was 19, and in March it was only 16. But like I said, I am trying to use up more fuller size products. And if you have products and you're trying to use them up, you'll notice that they all seem to go around the same time. And so I feel like that's why February and March were kind of slower months per se, just because I used a lot up in December and January, and then it just kind of trickled down. But I think in April and May I should have a lot of empties because I am working on fuller size products that are almost complete. So yeah, we will just get started with the 3 things that were in my project pan. I can link my project pan playlist down below, but I'll start with those products just really quickly, and then we'll go into makeup and beauty and random stuff. So the first thing that I finished in my project pan is my St. Ives Apricot Scrub. It just looks like this. I did start with a lotion. If you watched my January and February empties, you saw those. This was the only other non-makeup product in my project pan. And I really like this stuff. It's super old. I didn't realize it had expired until I finished it, but it expired on October 2013. So I've had it for years. It was cracking the sides. That's why I decided to put it in my project pan, and it was a product that I just needed to finish because I had it for so long. So I'm so happy this is finished. I might repurchase this. I haven't quite decided. I want to try some other face scrubs first, just to try them out because I've been using this for a long time, and I found that my face really likes face scrubs because when I finished this up towards the middle of the month, I just didn't use a face scrub for a little while, and I could totally tell a difference, and I've started to use a face scrub again, and my face is so much softer. I love it. So I'll definitely be using face scrubs, but I'm gonna try some others before I repurchase that. The next thing in my project pan is something I won't be repurchasing, and it is the Blush Cream Eyeshadow in Azure. First, the color, it's just not a color that I'm gonna repurchase in general. I don't want a cream eyeshadow that's blue. I don't wear blue eyeshadow enough. This was nice because I layered it on top of another cream eyeshadow I was trying to get rid of, and this did stay in place really well. But I also didn't like that it was a doe foot applicator. I like cream eyeshadows that are in like a pot or like a stick form. And just because I feel like I can use a lot of the product, this became really hard to get out, and I couldn't get any more out. I took out the stopper and everything, and I still just couldn't get it out. So yes, I won't be repurchasing this type of cream eyeshadow or blue cream eyeshadow. The last thing in my project pan was a lipstick that I finished, and it's the Wet n Wild 502A. It just looks like this. See if I can get... It's going to be a really strange swatch, but this is the color. It's really shimmery, and I just don't really like that finish, and it just wasn't my favorite in general, so I won't be repurchasing this. I've heard other Wet n Wild lipsticks are better, but this one wasn't my favorite. This is also a super old lipstick, like 5 probably at least 5 or 6 years old. And so I needed to get this gone, and again, it was closer to being finished, so I decided to use it up. A makeup product that was not in my project pan because I thought it would be finished super soon, but it wasn't when it just got finished. It just was finished like 3 weeks ago. But it's this e.l.f. Acne Fighting Foundation. It looks like this. I've been using this off and on for about a year, pretty consistently, and it took me so long to get through. I'm pretty sure this is $6. Mine's in the color Ivory. I love this stuff. It is pretty thick, and when in the winter, when my skin got really, really dry, I mixed this with a BB cream, and I had to put more BB cream in than the foundation just because this does tend to cling to dry patches. But this is a great foundation for $6. I might repurchase this. It's pretty medium to full coverage. It can at times look a little bit cakey, but you can really blend it out. It does take a little bit of work, but for $6, you get so much. I'm not sure. I don't think this says how much, but this lasted me for such a long time. A little bit goes such a long way. I love this stuff. Probably will be repurchasing it. I do have other foundations currently that I'm trying to use up before I purchase another foundation, but this is on my list to buy. So yes, wonderful for $6. Love it. The next makeup product that I finished is the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder in Transparent. And I love this stuff. It's fantastic. It really helped with that e.l.f. foundation that could look a little bit cakey because this powder never looks cakey. For some reason it broke when I put it in this box, but it wasn't broken. But it just looks like this. I love it. It's, again, only a few dollars, which is fantastic. I love it when I find great products for not very much money. And like I said, I get mine in transparent just because I do get tanner in the summertime and I don't want to have to keep matching my powder to my face. I have a hard enough time with foundation, so I like getting transparent powders, but they do have this in, I think, 6 other colors besides transparent. So if you like powders that have a little bit of color, you can still get this, and I think it does a great job of keeping my face matte, and I can definitely tell a difference when I stopped using this and my e.l.f. foundation because they both kind of went at the same time, and my face just, my makeup just hasn't looked the same since that, and so I miss both of them, but I have other products I want to finish and get through first. The next thing is also a powder, and I believe I finished this close to the end of February, and I might have talked about this in my last, in my February empties, but I still had some product left in here, and I ended up smashing it up and using it. So I decided to put it in here because I didn't put it in my blog post, I know for sure. But it is the Pure 4-in-1 Pressed Mineral Makeup in Light. And I finished it all. I like this stuff. Again, I like transparent powders better, and I really like that powder. This was okay. It wasn't my favorite powder. It wasn't a powder that I didn't like, but it was just kind of an okay powder. I would use it again, but I wouldn't repurchase it because it is a little bit more expensive, and I like the Rimmel one better. The next things are beauty products, and the first is the Batiste Dry Shampoo in Light and Blonde. This works perfectly for my hair. I love it. In the mornings, I have a really hard time getting up, so if I use a dry shampoo in the morning and I just spray it on really quickly, I love that it has the light, the blonde tint to it. It doesn't match my hair perfectly by any means, but it looks much better than having white spots in my hair. And it's a lot easier to blend, and it doesn't look as weird if you forget to blend a little bit. And then the Batiste in general just makes your hair feel and look so you just wash it, and I love it because I've had other dry shampoos that make it feel not very good. I mean, it looks fine, but when you just go to feel it, it doesn't feel clean, and this actually helps it feel clean, and I love it. I already repurchased this, but I actually got the original because where I went didn't have this light and blonde, and I really liked the feeling that it gives. The original smells really good and the look that it gives, but I don't like that the original is white because I wore it one day and I forgot to kind of rub it in, and And then I looked in the mirror and I was like, oh geez, I forgot to like finish, so people think I have white patches. But I would definitely repurchase the light and blonde. I also have a brunette if you have brunette hair, and I think they might have a redhead one, but I'm not sure, to be honest with you. Oh, a makeup product that I forgot. This is the Balm Stainatic. It's just a stain that you can use for your cheeks or your lips. I've had this for such a long time. I got it in my Birchbox years ago, and I used a majority of it, and then it just got lost. And when I was doing my makeup collection and inventory, I can link that playlist down below, I found it, and I didn't like it when I got it to start with, but I thought I would try it out again. And I just find this really hard to blend, and it's really like a bright color. I got a lot on my hand, but it's just a really, really bright color, and it's just hard to blend for me. Even when it was newer and not as old, it still was hard to blend, and I didn't like it. And again, I like cream products that are in pots because I feel like they're easier to apply and just use. So I wouldn't get a cream blush again if it's in a container like that, and I wasn't a fan of that. To start with. The next thing is something I believe I showed in my January empties because I had 2 of these, and this is the Corez Shower Gel in Bergamot Pear. It looks like this. My mom had given me a body butter and a shower gel for Christmas over a year ago, a year and like a half ago. And then she had gotten herself some. Ironically, my parents moved in October, and so she was trying to get rid of things that because they were kind of downsizing, so she wanted to get rid of things that she didn't really use, and she knew that I really liked the shower gel and body butter because it smells wonderful. But so she gave this to me. That's why it has a garage sale sticker, because I didn't know when I was gonna come back down. She goes, I'll just try to sell it, and if I can't sell it, then you can have it. And I said, wonderful. So she didn't sell it, I got it, and the body butter. So I loved the body butter. The body butter was so thick. I would think about repurchasing the body butter, but the shower gel, it was good. It just wasn't fantastic, and I'm pretty sure this is $20. It's not worth it to me. I like shower gels from the drugstore that are only a few dollars, so much, like the same amount, like they both do about the same thing. I don't notice the smell lasts very long, so I won't be repurchasing this, but like I said, I might think about the body butter, but not the shower gel, because it did smell really good. But yeah. The next thing is something I got in my Birchbox. Again, years ago. Like I said, I'm really trying to go through my things. That's why a lot of this stuff is from Birchbox, because they are smaller, and in Birchbox I do try and use the product for a solid month, so then I can do a review after a month of owning it. So I do get through a lot of my Birchbox items fairly quickly after that month, just because I'm focusing on them. But this one is one I've had for a long time, and I didn't want to use this up because I loved it. I am just weird like that. I want to keep it around. This was the first mud mask I ever got in a Birchbox or ever had in my possession at all, and I loved it. This is still one of my favorite masks, and I like that the full size comes in a tub. I'm weird with packaging. I just want to make sure I can get all of it, and I don't think mud masks in these type of containers just work very well, just to get out all the product, especially like with mud. They sometimes can dry a little bit, but you can add a little bit of water if it's in a tub and it works just fine. But here it gets like stuck to the edges and it doesn't work. But this is the Borges Fango Active Mud. I'm seriously thinking about getting the full size once I finish up some of my other masks that I have gotten, because I love that stuff. Another mask that I got in my Birchbox, and this was my December one, so recently, was the Royal Apathic Cubba Cubba Exfoliating Firming Tea Mask. It looks like this. It smelled amazing, and it felt really good because when it went on, it had a little bit of beads, and you just put it on. I rubbed it in a little bit, and then it just kind of stayed on there for a few minutes. You just leave it on your face for 8 minutes, and then you kind of can rub it off in the exfoliate. So it exfoliates and it's a mask, which is really fantastic. But again, with the packaging, it comes in packages like this. Like it comes in a tub, but then the tub's full with little ones like this. This did last a long time, and I got a majority of it out, but it's just so, like, these packages for mud masks just annoy me. So I won't be getting this, even though I really like the product. The packaging, I just can't deal with it. The next thing is the Bumble & Bumble Grooming Cream, and it looks like this. I use this with a volumizing spray this month because I got one in my Birchbox and I was trying to use up one like the very beginning of the month. So I used this with that and I really liked it. It made my hair soft and not staticky or anything like that. But I want to get a product like It's a 10, or there's other products that are similar that I want to use. That I can just use one product instead of having to have a cream and a volumizing spray and a detangling spray. I just want to have them all in one product. So even though I really like this, my hair, since it is so fine, it doesn't need a cream necessarily. It just needs one that kind of make it soft and detangle it. So yeah, I really like the cream. It made my hair super soft, but again, it's not something that I need, so I won't be repurchasing it. The next thing is the Crest Pro Health Whitening. This is the last beauty product, and then we have some random ones, but I really like this stuff. I thought it did do a really good job. I really liked the taste of it, or like the smell of it. I just thought it did a really good job. I'm using a Arm & Hammer one right now that me and my husband both like. So I don't know if I'll repurchase this anytime soon. I do have a few other little toothpaste that I might try and use up. But yeah, so I like this. I might repurchase it. I would definitely, like, if I was going on a trip and I needed like a travel one, this would definitely be one that I would look for and get. So this is a possible repurchase. The next three things, they're over here, sorry. Up close and personal. The next three things are kind of random products, but I thought I would include them because I want to use them up, or I want to talk about them. The first one is the Purex crystals. They look like this. They're just supposed to put them in your wash to add like freshness and smell to your clothes, make them smell good. This is lavender, and it did smell pretty good. I didn't find that this lasted very long though. So I don't think I'll be repurchasing this, but I do. The reason I'm not going to repurchase this is because I have ones that I like so much better, and these are the Downy Unstoppables. This one is in shimmer, which I don't know. It just makes it smell so good. I like all of the colors they have. This just happened to be the one that my mother-in-law actually gave me for Christmas. But I won't be purchasing these Purex because the Downy Unstoppables are so much better. They last such a long time on your clothes. They just make them smell wonderful. So if you want to get like a scent booster, definitely get that. The next thing is tea, and this is the Celestial Tension Tamer herbal tea. It just looks like this. I really liked this stuff. It did seem to really like relax me and my muscles and the tension. It just helped so much. I didn't necessarily like the taste of it though, so I might repurchase this, but I'm gonna look at some other teas that are supposed to be tension tamer teas, or like tension release teas, before I repurchase this, because I didn't really like the taste of it. I like the effects of it, so that's why I'm going to try some other ones that are supposed to do it, but I would, the taste wasn't terrible, it just wasn't my favorite, so I can always add in a tea that's more flavorful to that. So I liked it. Don't know. I'm going to try some other things first. The next thing is a journal, and I think I've had one of these in each month, but I do make like to-do lists pretty much at least every weekend. Sometimes during the week, if I don't have a lot to do, I won't make one just because I get home late sometimes. But like every day on spring break I made one, and usually Saturday and Sunday I make one at least. And then there are usually 1 or 2 times during the week that I make a to-do list just because I have things I need to do. This is a journal that I got in 2002 for my birthday. Nope, for Christmas. Just kidding. So I have had this for such a long time. It's just moved with me, and I didn't have a ton of pages left. As you can tell, I didn't want my brother to read this. It's my private journal. Keep out. This is my brother, and I told him not to look. Don't know if that worked. I don't think I had anything crazy in here before. I didn't find anything when I went to go look. But I've been trying to use up my journals because I would use a little bit and then I would just go to a different journal because I would get one. I love journals. I'll repurchase them, but I'm currently have a decent amount if I'm still working on one from 2002. So, glad that's gone, but I really liked it. It just had lines and I wrote my to-do list. So, those were my March 2015 empties. I hope you enjoyed. Like I said, I think my April one might be a little bit more exciting, a little bit more products I'm hoping, and I'm hoping to get that 365 by the end of the year. It is April 4th when I am filming this. I think you're going to see it on the 7th, but on April 4th, which is today, I have 4 products that are already in my April empties. So I'm very excited to be on the right track this month, and yes, so I will talk to you later. I hope you have a great day. Let me know if you have an empties video. I would love to watch it, and don't forget to let me know in the comments. Bye!